Yeah.
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everybody? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another Ginger Runner review. I decided to put the collared shirt on today because it's a fancy day. And I mean, who doesn't like a button down? I am excited about today's review because I'm pretty excited about the shoe. It's from Nike, and it's the Pegasus 36 Trail. Yeah. Back in April, I dropped my review for both the Nike Kiger 5 and Wild Horse 5, which were pretty much new directions in that lineup. And I was really impressed with those new designs and reviewed those shoes fairly favorably. I still have my Kiger 5s and love them. Well, some weeks later, this guy showed up at my door. The Pegasus 36 Trail is a port of the popular Nike road shoe, Pegasus. There's a little video game reference for you. A more lugged and aggressive outsole with a light and airy mesh, plenty of welded overlays in high wear areas, Cushlon midsole with zoom air pockets in both the heel and forefoot for added comfort. Now listen, I was prepared to not really be impressed by the Pegasus 36 Trail, mainly because I wasn't impressed with the Pegasus Road versions. They always tended to be too stiff, too heavy, too cumbersome for me. So I figured the Pegasus 36 Trail would be some sort of fancy riff on the Wild Horse in an attempt to bring more road runners over to the trail, sell more Nike trail shoes, basically a lot of marketing with subpar product. But what we ended up getting was a legit hybrid road trail shoe that fits right between the Kiger and Wild Horse in stack height, comfort, and durability. It's awesome. I'm going to talk to you about why in today's review. As always, I like to talk about the things I like and dislike. Today is no exception. Starting as always with things that I like. Hybrid. I am always so reluctant to praise a shoe for attempting to do both road and trails. It never seems to work out, and the shoe seems to only excel, if at all, in one of those departments. It's either really great on trails and terrible on roads, or decent on roads and terrible on trails. Man, the Pegasus 36 Trail can really do it all. The outsole lugs are spaced evenly enough where you're not going to get a really aggressive road ride, but they give you enough grip to do really well on dry and buffed out trails. It all makes for a really good, comfortable hybrid experience. We might finally have a decent door-to-trail contender. So many brands have attempted it, but very few have succeeded. And if you've seen my reviews for years and years, you know that in most cases, if a shoe is determined to be a door-to-trail, it just doesn't work out. I think we got one.
We got one!
Build. I've actually been really impressed with the build of this shoe. It's not always the case with Nikes, especially road shoes. I have about 150 miles in the Pegasus 36 Trail, and so far, it's holding up great. And in fact, I feel like it's wearing in more and getting more comfortable the more I run in it. There will be a breaking point, and I'm sure that's coming soon. But for now, I'm having plenty of fun, and the shoe and its materials are impressing me. We have their wire lacing system for a comfortable fit over the midfoot. The welded overlays are nicely positioned and work out really well. The mesh is holding up really well. It's nice, light, and airy. A thinner tongue that doesn't bunch up or get cumbersome. Just the build quality here of all the materials comes together really nicely. And finally, comfort. This really is the biggest selling point for the Pegasus 36 Trail. A mix of Cushlon midsole and zoom air pockets, the shoe finds a really good balance of providing your foot with plenty of cushioning and comfort, somewhere right between that Kiger and Wild Horse feel, while not picking up too much weight and not being too cumbersome of a shoe. So you get that road flat sort of race feel, but you have plenty of cushion and comfort below your feet to provide you with plenty of miles and hours on the trail. I would run distances anywhere from 5 to 20 miles in the shoe, and it did just fine across the board. That being said, it's not all maple bars and mint chocolate chip ice cream. There are some things that I dislike. Let's get to those. Condition specific. This is going to be obvious. I'm classifying it as a hybrid shoe, which means that it's just not going to excel at either. It does a good job on trails and does a good job on roads. But when you do look at the outsole, the spacing, and the depth of those lugs, you're going to know that for a trail runner, it's not going to work in all conditions. So it will be condition specific, and those are dry, non-technical trails. If you run in really wet or sloppy environments, it's not going to be the best choice. Nor should you choose a hybrid shoe for those conditions. If you do live in a part of the world where you do get dry trails from time to time, that's where the shoe is going to shine. And finally, width or narrowness of the shoe. Right out of the box, I noticed that my pinky on both feet started to get hot spots. It wanted to kind of tuck under the foot, which is just a notorious problem with the Pegasus for me on the roads. It just becomes too narrow. The trail version of the Pegasus carries over that long, narrow, pointed aspect of the Pegasus from the road. Getting the lacing and the tightening of the midfoot is key to getting the shoe to fit right. After the first initial couple runs, I didn't get that issue again, so call it a combination of wearing the shoe in and getting it to fit properly and retying it numerous times on a trail run. We found ourselves with a happy hybrid here. Just need to make note of the fact that the width of the shoe isn't amazing, so those of you who like your toes display a little bit on trail runs, try it on before you actually go out and just snag it. That being said, That's it for dislikes. I don't have many because I've just been so happy with my experience in the Pegasus 36 Trail. You've been real good. You've been real good, and you've been a real surprise. So in conclusion, if you're looking for a shoe to do it all, I get these messages all the time. What is the shoe that would work for road running and trail running? And I never have an answer. This is really one of the first times I've been able to say, this could be an answer for you. If you anticipate doing a lot of trail running miles, sure, it'll be fine, but there's other shoes out there. If you're looking to do a lot of road miles, this will be fine, but there's a lot of other options out there. I was surprised by the Pegasus 36 Trail's ability to do both and do them both well in specific situations. So knowing that going into it, I've been really happy. Let's get more specific. Build. Solid. I mentioned it in my likes. I think the shoe is holding up incredibly well, especially for having so many miles on it at this point. We're getting a little bit of wear on some of these outsoles, but that is because I'm running a lot of road miles in it as well. So it's to be expected. Holding up well. Build is good. Comfort. Soft on the trails, nice and responsive on the road. It finds that balance. It works well in both conditions, comfortably. And I'm a big fan of Cushlon. Little zoom air pockets. The combination's pretty damn good. It's great. Fit. This will take a bit of dialing in for your foot. The thinness of the tongue, the stretch of the mesh. It'll work for a lot of foot types, but it won't work for all. Once I got it dialed in, it worked out quite well for me. And price, at $130, that's at the higher end of what I like to consider a fair and reasonable price. That being said, I mean, you're kind of getting two shoes for the price of one here. That logic doesn't always work. For 130 bucks, it's decent. And finally, looks. I'm not gonna say this is the best color version. There are others that are awesome. I'm loving what Nike's doing with their new trail colors and their shoe design. They're just good looking shoes. You get a little bit of that elfin heel here on the Pegasus 36 Trail, but I'm cool with it. I think the shoe looks great. I'm gonna give it a huge thumbs up. What is polarizing to many, to me, is quite attractive. Blink, blink, blink. Bringing us to our final criteria. Is the Nike Pegasus 36 Trail a buy, try, or a why? As you can probably already guess, it's a solid buy. This is the type of shoe that I love in summer months when you're kind of balancing those road speed days and the short trail days. It gets it all done, it's super fun, and it looks good. And that is it for my review today. If you would like to find out more information or get a pair of the Pegasus 36 Trail for yourself, I have links in the description that take you to Running Warehouse. They're affiliate links. It helps the channel out, costs you nothing. And if you're a Patreon subscriber, there's coupon codes there as well. In the comments of this video, let me know what you think of the Nike Pegasus 36 Trail. Have you run in the Pegasus 36 Road? Have you run in this? How do you compare the two? Bring those comments on. Let's get that dialogue started. And that's it. Social media links for those who do that. And at the bottom there, patreon.com/thegingerrunner. That's where you can subscribe on Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Again, coupon codes for Running Warehouse and other cool goodies and perks on the back end. We're currently doing a survey for t-shirt designs over there, so you might want to check that out if you have not already. That's it, everyone. Get out there, train hard, race harder, and party the hardest. We'll see you next week. Okay. Bye-bye.